All right, Juanita Bynum. Juanita Bynum. Juanita Bynum. Everybody's talking about Juanita Bynum. All right, I'm going to give you guys the deal concerning Juanita Bynum. This is going to be a tight show. Some people ain't going to like it, and I don't really give a crap. Stay with me on the show today, y'all. It's the JoJo Hill Show. We talking about it.
It's the JoJo Hill Show.
All right, what's up, good people? This is your friend and brother Robert W. JoJo Hill, the servant, the artist, and the author, and I'm in the building on the 90. Yes. All right, man, listen. I'm going to talk about and deal with this Juanita Bynum situation. Let me first of all say this at the outset. I've known Juanita Bynum. I think I initially met Juanita Bynum in the 90s, sometime in the 90s. And started working with her in 2004, 2005. And I've done several albums for her. I've produced several records for her. And for all intents and purposes, Juanita Bynum is my sister. I know her. I've known her for a very long time. We've done a lot of stuff together. She's worked in business with me, the whole 9 yards. Now, let me say this at the doggone dribble. Juanita Bynum is like a sister to me. Now, I've talked to Juanita in a little while, but that has nothing to do with it. Juanita Bynum is like a sister to me. And as a brother, this is the deal. This is what we do. If somebody's going to throw a brick at your sister, what do? You hide your sister. You tuck your sister back. Y'all better click like and share this doggone show, because I'm addressing this thing once and for all. After that, it's like Elijah Muhammad. There will be no more. That's it. I'm dealing with this thing. Now, I've worked with Dr. Bynum for a very long time, and countless hours. I mean, literally, I can't even count the hours. Literally, we cannot count the hours. She's worked in my studio. My goodness, worked at my lab for weeks at a time. I've known her for a very long time. Worked with her. My kids call her aunt. Now listen. The thing that I'm going to speak about today, and a lot of people aren't going to like this because everybody wants to talk about the most current scenario as it relates to Dr. Bynum. Everybody's talking about this whole situation in Virginia where she went, and apparently it was reported that the host pastor went into her room and looked at her underwear, or he saw it, allegedly saw the stuff and all those parts. Now, let me deal with this from several different places. What we have to do is look at this thing from a righteous perspective. And here's the deal. Most people that are church people don't deal with things from a righteous perspective because most church people are not righteous. Now, I'm going to say this from this point first. I don't understand why there aren't people who I know that Dr. Bynum has helped, that she's did stuff for, people that she's gone and preached for, and all of those things. I don't understand, first of all, why these people, nobody will just stand up. So this is what I'm going to, this is JoJo Hill's position. This is JoJo Hill's position. This is for the record. I stand up in front of my sister and I say, nobody's going to hit her with a brick while I'm standing here. This is the reason why. Doesn't matter if I've spoken to her recently or not. That has nothing to do with it, because righteousness says this. I defend her position to feel whatever she felt, because what this is about what she felt. When I watched that video, and some of you will have to go back and look at her Facebook Live when she talked about what happened in Virginia and how she felt violated and what have you in regards to the pastor allegedly going into her room and seeing her stuff, and if he saw her doggone panties in her bras or not. Listen, here's the deal. I defend her from this perspective. Nobody can determine what the crap she felt like. You can't determine that. Nobody can determine if she felt strange or not. Nobody can determine that. You can't determine what she felt. You can't determine what it triggered. You can't determine what she thought in her mind. Nobody can expect her to feel any way like they feel. She's only going to feel how she feels. And so people say, well, JoJo, what you think? I mean, what's your position on it? Listen, y'all mugs needs to stop freaking calling me and sending me doggone emails and crap, because I'm not letting y'all mugs interview me talking. I'm not going to speak derogatorily about my doggone sister. I'm not going to do that. Bump y'all. I don't give a doggone crap. I'm not doing that. What I have to stand on is the idea and the concept of righteous standing. What is the righteous standing? And this is not church and this is not religion. Righteousness seeks balance. What's the balance? Just as I can't determine what she felt, I can't determine what the crap that pastor and his wife felt. I don't know that. Nobody can determine what the crap. None of us were there. I wasn't freaking there. I don't know. All I know is that I know that Dr. Bynum does a lot of stuff for a lot of people. I know that she does. People say, well, what about she did this and she had that? Dude, listen, we're not dealing with that. Nobody's dealing with everybody has stuff. Everybody. We all do. Myself included, all of us that are watching the doggone show today. We all got stuff. So we can't say, well, because this person is been hoisted up to this particular platform that they don't have stuff. You can't say that. But that's not what's in question. What's in question is how she felt. And I will defend how she felt. If she felt strange, bump y'all. Listen, I've been on planes and I felt a certain kind of way, and I've gotten the crap off of planes. I've been in restaurants and I felt a particular kind of way about a restaurant and I got the crap out. I went into an establishment yesterday and I didn't like the way this lady was talking. I said, well, I'm not going to give you my money. I'm not going to do something for your business if you make me feel a certain kind of way. So nobody can determine that. Nobody can say what in the ham and cheese these people feel like. You can't determine that. The only thing we can say is we have to respect their right to feel whatever the crap they felt. If that baby felt like, hey, man, I think this dude looked at my doggone panties in my bra and I feel strange, I can't go out there because I don't know what the crap this mug might be thinking after having seen that. If he actually seen that crap, if he did, that we don't know that. But we can't say that she didn't feel it. And twin, listen, I want you to know this. I haven't talked to you, but I'm going to say this doggone stuff to you. Nobody can determine what the crap you felt like. And all these doggone weak jellyback mugs who will never stand up, and this jacks me up. Whenever people go through turbulent waters, it jacks me up that nobody ever stands up to help them or even defend them. Get the crap out of here. Nobody even steps up and says, hey, man, listen, okay, I understand that our last scenario at the doggone restaurant may have been weird and we may have left in different cars pissed off. Okay, if that's the case, so what? That has nothing to do with this current scenario. What righteousness does is seeks balance. Nobody freaking seeks balance. That fascinates me. Why aren't these preachers and pastors that she's gone for, that I know she's gone in for, and just says, hey, man, I ain't going to take no bread. When she said that, she meant that. It's been times that she would just say, hey, man, listen, I can't touch the offering. I'm not going to receive no honorarium tonight. None of these mugs ain't stepping up to the plate and saying nothing. This is the part that jacks me up. It kills me about these doggone church people because they never step up when stuff starts going weird. They just stand back and just watch. They won't step in and say nothing. What kind of people are you? This was the same crap that happened when Kim Burrell went through that crap she went through a few years ago with Ellen DeGeneres and doggone Pharrell. Nobody said nothing. Out of all the people that Kim done stood up and sweated and did backflips and did runs for and played and did all this crap for, nobody said nothing. They just sat back and let her go through whatever she's going through. That's the sign of people that are not righteous. You're not dealing with righteous people. So from the righteous perspective, not church and not religion, because church and religion don't have righteousness. It's usually not in there. It's very rarely in that scenario. But this is what I am going to say. Righteous people function from a righteous perspective. So what does that mean? That means you're going to step the crap out there and defend at least a person's right to feel. What in the ham and cheese does she feel like? You don't know what she felt like. And nobody knows any additional stuff. And people want, well, man, I know you're going to give us the download. I ain't giving you no download, nothing. What the crap are you talking about? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. The truth and the fact of the matter is this. Nobody can determine what the crap Juanita Bynum felt. Nobody. Nobody can determine what that pastor felt except them. So you have to step back and say, hey, man, I respect and I defend my sister's position to feel what she felt. If she felt like that, if now people say, well, it's turned into a legal matter. Okay, if it's a legal matter, we have nothing to do with that. We don't know any of those dynamics. We ain't freaking, none of these people don't know. That's a legal conversation. When you're talking about a legal conversation, that's something different. That's something completely different. And I'm getting these mugs calling me talking about Oh, what you? I know you're gonna give us a down, man. There ain't no freaking down. Ain't no down and dirty. Get the crap out of here. This it speaks volumes to how corrupt and jacked up this system of this religious crap is. Let me tell you why it's so jacked up. Nobody that's reached out to me was anybody in the so-called world system. Isn't that nuts? Nobody. Nobody that reached out was anybody in that scenario. Insanity. Get the crap out of here. I defend my sister's position to feel what the crap she felt. If you felt that, that's what she felt, and nobody else can determine that. That is the conversation. What people should be focusing on is that. Now, the pastor dude says, well, hey, man, I didn't go in there. And I will say this. There's been times, often, quite often, where if I brought in people in town for me, I've gone to the rooms to make sure that the rooms was cool. Now, granted, they didn't have somebody that showed up before them and laid out the stuff in the room and all that, if that's, in fact, how that goes. And I know that's generally how she rolls. She's done it at my house. I mean, in terms of putting out stuff, and we're going to be working, and she's going to be there for several days, and we working or whatever. People that come in, put her blanket in when the room out that she's going to sleep in or whatever. And that's all good. But in terms of any unmentionables and all that stuff, no, no, I have nothing to do with that. Never seen that. Now, this is what I will say. When you have somebody that has their own team and they're going to do stuff, if that's the layout, you let them do that. That's it. Now, granted, if I had people come in town, I would, in fact, I'll go check out their room because I want to make sure the room don't stink. And anybody that's worked with me will say this. I'll make sure that their room is clean. I'm going to make sure that air conditioner is on before they get in the doggone room. It ain't going to be stinky and sweaty in the doggone room. If the room is strange, I'll change the room. Now, I don't know. Apparently, what the pastor dude is saying is that he went into the room to make sure everything was cool. However that went, I wasn't there. I don't know timelines. I do not know. And that is not my freaking issue. As a person that knows Dr. Juanita Bynum, a person that's worked with her for many years, we've put plaques on the wall. We've put plaques on these walls together. We done stepped on stages together and received awards. I received awards for her. We've done all that stuff before. I know this one for real. And all I know is I know that she's done more good for people than people like to acknowledge. I know that she's helped more people than these mugs would like to acknowledge. I know that she's looked out for more people than they like to acknowledge. I know that, and it baffles me that none of these people even step up and say anything. Get the crap out of here. And all of you guys should be warned about that. You should be warned about the idea or the concept that people will eat from your table, but then when stuff goes strange, they stand back and act like they don't know. These are some doggone Peter standing beside a barrel of fire mugs. I ain't never seen no crap like this. And nobody even steps up. So listen, I am freaking JoJo Hill, and I know who the crap I am, and I'm standing up and I'm saying, listen, I ain't gonna let y'all mugs throw no freaking bricks out of while I'm standing here. I don't give a crap what any scenario is me and her may have. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. The bottom line of it is we have to look at it from a point of righteousness. But what does righteousness do? Righteousness balances the equation. I've been saying this forever, but we're not dealing with righteous people. So what's the first thing they do? All these church people want to immediately start trying to figure out how they can throw bricks. Now, has it been scenarios that's been unpredictable or unfavorable or undesirable scenarios for some people in their dealings? If it has been, that's their dealings. I have nothing to do with that. I don't know. I have nothing to do with that. I'm not touching that. But what I will speak about, I will speak from this position. As a person that knows her, the person that's produced these doggone records, that has her ear or has her voice inside of my doggone ear. I know, I understand. I can push these buttons in a whole lot of ways because I know that person in terms of music, in terms of producing. I've done that for many years for her and with her. Now listen, the deal is we have to ask the question. Here's the question. Can you determine what in the crap she felt? If you can't determine that, shut the crap up. If you can't determine what she felt or what caused her to feel, shut the crap up. You don't know. Well, you don't know that. Whatever the scenario is, that's between her and that person. What we have to step the crap out of the way of, and we have to make sure that we don't do, we have to stop being so busy looking for a doggone story. Everybody's looking for a freaking story and a gossip table. Everybody want to go to doggone Denny's and talk about this crap. Everybody want to go to freaking Applebee's and have a conversation. Shut the crap up, man. Y'all don't freaking know. I ain't gonna let y'all throw no freaking bricks at her. Not if it's not merited. The thing that makes it not merited is this: nobody can determine if she felt it. That's it. The bottom line is that it's just what she felt. We're talking about what the person felt. If the pastor felt something, we can't determine what he felt. It's very, very, very simple. That's it. You're not getting no more crap out of that. You're not. Y'all need to knock this crap off. If y'all monks would spend some doggone time just seeking righteousness, y'all don't. Y'all don't have a concept. Most people don't do that. They're constantly looking for the crap. Everybody wants the tea and the crap. Man, that's bull crap. Crap out of here. You can't say what that girl felt like. If she felt like that, that's what she felt. And I stand up and I stand to defend that. Forget about it. If she felt it, she felt it. Period. I don't give a crap. So y'all stop texting me, stop asking me about interviewing me and all this crap. I'm not going to do that. Bump y'all. Y'all freaking crazy. If y'all do it some more, I'm going to start dropping some doggone names. Don't take me the crap off. That's absolutely insane. Nobody can determine that. Nobody can determine what she felt. When I watched the video, all I could see is somebody who felt something. And if you have any sensitivity, you'd be like, "Dag, man, what happened?" Now, people say, well, it could be misinformation. People say, well, she could have gotten wrong information. People could say, well, she didn't get the whole story. Okay, granted, if that is in fact the case, if that is in fact true, we still can't determine what that information made her feel like. She has to work that out. Whatever she works out, she has to work that out on her own. Or, with her folks or whatever. But we can't say, well, you didn't feel like that. That's like somebody offending you. I'm finished. That's like someone offending you and then telling you that you didn't get offended. The only thing that a person can do in that case scenario is to say, I don't have, or I did not have the intention of offending you. That's it. That's all I can say. I can say, dag, man, my fault. It wasn't my intention to offend you. But if you give me the opportunity, I can explain or tell you where I was when it happened or how it happened or what my thought was. But I can't say, well, I didn't offend you. You don't know if you freaking offended me. The only person that knows if they've been offended is the person that's been offended. That's the thing about offense, ladies and gentlemen. The thing about offense is that no one can determine if you felt the offense or not. I know people that said to me, well, man, I didn't do anything to you. Or JoJo, I didn't do anything to you. Rob, I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do that. No. You can't say that. You can only say that you didn't have the intention of doing that. But if you did, in fact, offend me, I got to work through whatever process that I worked through to get over or get through that offense. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me, man. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? The only thing y'all can do is explain or try to explain that it was not your intention to offend. Okay, I ain't getting no company on here. Y'all ain't saying the doggone thing. The only thing you can do is help people get through the offense. If I'm offended by you, if I am in fact offended by you, I have to then determine, first of all, the pace and the method in which I get through that offense. I have to deal with it how I deal with it. That's just the first order of business. The next portion is, you can explain to me, if I will permit you, you can explain to me, well, hey, man, I didn't intend to do that to you. So please forgive me, my fault. So then at that point, it's left up to me to either say, okay, I got it, I can dig it. Now let me go through my process. My process may take me a year. My process may take me 10 years. But again, you can only say that it wasn't the intention. So if I know that your intention was not to offend, then at that point, I've really released you from that place, because I can say, well, it wasn't the intention. After that, the person has to go through the process however they go through it. So if her doggone process was to say, hey, man, dude, I have to explain, I've got to put this stuff out there to try to get in front of this proverbial train that people going to throw out there, she can do that. I defend that. That's what I defend. So people say, JoJo, do you defend? You doggone right. That's what I defend. I defend her position to feel. I defend her right to feel how she felt. Everything else is relative. Everything else is relative. Well, it didn't happen like that. Relative. Well, it when the door was look relative. Well, it was all relative. All that's freaking relative. The only thing that matters is if there was an offense taken. If there was an offense taken, you have to leave them alone and let them process that offense. So I defend her position to feel. If she felt offended, dad, I wish she hadn't have been offended, but you can't tell her that she's not. You can't tell her how she deals with her process. So that's what I stand by. That is my doggone word, and that's my doggone position on the Juanita Bynum and the Pastor Moore position, the situation in Virginia. That's what it is. Now, anybody else, you got any doggone questions? You can pop some questions. Well, I'll be more than happy to look at them. And some of the stuff I'll answer, some of the stuff I will not. I'm not going on. Don't try to come over here and try to do no weird interviews with me. I'm not going to freaking do it. Juanita Bynum is my friend and my sister. I don't give a crap. That's my friend and my sister. And all y'all wimpy, punky doggone mugs, pastors and freaking so-called bishops, dude, that ain't saying a doggone thing to even stand up and say, hey, man, hold on, man. Y'all can't keep hitting her with no bricks like that. Hold that crap down. It's amazing to me that nobody does that. Y'all wimps, punks. Those are wimps and punks, period. I've never been a wimp and I've never been a punk. JB, you stand behind me while these mugs throw this doggone bricks. Bump them. I'll tell them exactly what they can doggone do. That's what JoJo Hill will freaking do. I defend your position to feel. If you felt offended and it hurt you, I saw the hurt in your face. I saw the doggone hurt in your face. And people say, well, have you? No, I haven't talked to her. I haven't called her. I haven't talked to her. But that has nothing to do with it, because righteousness, it don't matter if I freaking talk to you. The only thing that matters is seeking out the balancing of the equation. And in this equation, all of the schematics are relative only to that. What is important to this live and this video and this show right now is what matters in terms of righteousness. Righteousness balances the freaking equation. And the balancing of this equation is this. You can't tell nobody how they freaking feel. If they were hurt, you can't tell them they wasn't hurt. It's like you telling somebody, but I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt you. Nigga, you did freaking hurt me. You did hurt me. But you can't say if you hurt me or not. That's like if you can hurt somebody and don't even know. It's left up to that person to come back and say, hey man, dude, that hurt me or that bothered me. That hurt me or that affected me. If it did, then you have to say, whoa, hey, dude, hold on. It wasn't my intention. I did not intend to do that to you. So please forgive me for making you feel that way. But my heart, that wasn't my intention. Now, there's some people, folks will actually mean to offend them. Like they say stuff that is offensive. They do things that are intentionally offensive. We're not dealing with that. We're talking about people who have been affected by the offense. If you've been affected by the offense, nobody can tell you what you feel like. So nobody can tell you how to deal with that. The only person that can navigate through that process of offense is you. Everybody else is relative. Bump them. All right. I hope that answered all the doggone questions. I hope y'all got the so-called tea. If y'all didn't, hey man, Kroger and doggone Publix is right down the doggone street. And for some of y'all, it's freaking Walmart. All right, this is your friend and brother Robert W. JoJo Hill, the servant, the artist, and author. I want you guys to be encouraged, be empowered, and most of all, guys, for the love of all that's doggone right, man, be enlightened. The servant has spoken. Leave my doggone sister the crap alone. Y'all wimpy mugs. I'm out.
It's the JoJo Hill Show.